why MBA? Why not CFP?
So because I want to build a strong foundation in management at an earlier age.
You mentioned because of mismanagement, your college fest was closed. Isn't a way you're criticizing your college?
So, but that's the reality.
So once you graduate from, say, IIM Udaipur, will you criticize IIM Udaipur later?
Your CGPA is fantastic. It is completely fine to say that I wanted to concentrate on my academics and decided not to participate consciously in extracurricular activities.
Countered me like,
Your best intentions in the world can be counted. Yeah, you can do far, far better than what you did today.
may I come in, sir? Can I have this? Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Harsh. Good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
So, Harsh, we'll start with your introduction. So, tell us something about yourself.
My name is 𝐪𝐿 Parab. I have completed my graduation from Mulund College of Commerce. I have completed 3 months internship at 𝐲𝐨𝐿 Private Limited. Apart from internships and curriculums, I have authored a research on investor preference for short-term investment.
Okay. Authored a research paper. Was this individual research paper?
Yes, sir. It was a individual paper only.
Okay. Can you tell me something more about this?
So basically, the outcomes of this research paper was like to know the preferences of the individuals, like what decisions or what factors influence the decision making for making an investment, and means basically the gender, your income, the risk taking ability, or maybe the income, etc. Reasons affect your decisions.
Okay. So, what were the findings of the project?
Findings of that research was that the young age, between the gap of 21 to 24 was having the ability to invest, to take more risk in order to get better returns, whereas the age group of beyond 50, like retirement and all, they were more keen towards taking low risk, and also they invested in funds wherein they get moderate returns.
Okay. Don't you think this is how naturally things are? So, what is there to research in this?
So
Generally, young people are more risk takers, and as you age, you start taking lesser risk.
yes, so basically the research also means I can find like what are the sources of investment decisions, like they refer any newspaper, or they do some research, or what is the time horizon, basically why are they making their investment. So like planning to take a house, financing your studies, etc., or for retirement, any other reason might be there.
Okay. So, let's talk of a hypothetical situation. Okay. So, I've come to you. Now, you are somebody who has done a research paper. So, I think you are an expert.
Yes.
And I'm a 30-year-old person. And I ask you, I'm a salaried person. Now, you tell me what should I do with the savings that I have.
Can you please tell me your income?
Okay. Let's say 1 lakh per month.
Okay, so I'll advise you to invest in equity funds with a combination of certain mid caps to large caps, depending upon your time horizon. Like you may be financing, as you mentioned, your age is 30 years old. You may be financing for your house, or any other reason for like your children's education, etc. So depending upon the time period, I can advise you, like generally if you have time period of 5 to 10 years, so it is advisable to invest in large cap stocks or equity, or somewhat debt instruments, etc.
Okay. What are funds of funds?
What are
What are FOFs? Fund of funds.
No, sir, I'm not aware about funds, sir.
Okay. You said equity funds.
Yes,
And you specifically said large cap.
large cap, yes.
Why large cap? Why not small caps and mid caps?
Because I think, sir, the small caps fund are subject to market risk and they are highly volatile. Fluctuations may lead to fluctuation in prices may lead to losses in the future, whereas I'll advise to invest in large cap because these large cap funds are highly reputable companies, also with the consistent profit records across the quarters. So and as per your time horizon, I'll advise you to invest in large caps.
Okay. Now, you mentioned two things. You said the price fluctuations and you said profits.
Yes.
Would there be cases or are there any cases where companies are not profitable,
Yes.
but the stock prices are increasing? Can that happen?
Yes, this can happen based on the company's reputation, such as the Tatas, who are highly reputable in the market because they make significant contribution towards this society. So these can be the reasons of.
Do you think an investor who wants to make money is taking decisions based on how much societal contribution is a company doing?
Yes, I think these reasons don't matter this much, but at certain level, these matter because currently the young investors or the today's investors don't not only prefer only the companies how it is making profit, but it's also keen to know how the company contributes towards the society, their CSR activities. So like these impact decisions.
Girish?
So why MBA? Why not CFP?
Why MBA? So because I want to build a strong foundation in management at an earlier age. Also during my graduation, I have developed keen interest in finance. I'm interested in how financial decisions impact the business. I have also interest in numbers, analysis, etc. And I'm not inclined towards CFA or any other courses as such.
So how would you define finance in one sentence?
Finance, I would define as a critical aspect of any firm. Based on this, the firm's performance is decided, and its long-term growth and sustainability.
So that is valid for all the different functionalities of business, right?
Yes, but I think for finance, it is generally applicable because if you don't get finance, the company can't grow. I do consider that all other areas are critically important, but I consider finance as a...
No, I disagree. If you can't sell your product, your company cannot grow, no matter how much money you have with it.
True.
So what is your counter argument to that?
Sir, so basically we have equal distribution of employees. We have to maintain a good employees in the marketing as well as the good employees in finance department so that they can contribute effectively.
So you said that someone there is 30 and earning say 1 lakh rupees per month should go for large cap funds.
Yes.
Then who should go for small cap funds?
Small cap funds, I generally advise the young age
30
people.
Is not old.
30 is basically a person who has got some responsibilities of his family, Also, due to there might be some pressure from the background. So, taking more risk can adversely impact his health also.
Okay.
I have a question. You haven't done any internships, is it, in your graduation?
I have done internships.
Okay. You mentioned one internship at 𝐲𝐸. Was it after your graduation?
No, sir.
Because it is written under WorkX. So, is it an internship or is it full-time work experience?
No, sir. It was an internship.
After you graduated?
After means yes. Yeah.
No. When was it? Was it after you graduated or was it during graduation?
During graduation period only, it was like an internship.
Okay. All right. What did you do there?
I was assigned the role to track the expenses of the company, also to take to receive the payments from the clients, to make the entries in the Tally software, and also if some clients require to build to build the website, I would convey the message to the IT team, and they would tailor as per their needs.
So, was it more of sales or more of accounting?
It was a combination of both, I would say.
Okay. All right. And regarding your extracurriculars, you haven't mentioned anything on the application. So, have you participated in any extracurricular activities?
I have volunteered as a logistics volunteer in my college fest only, and I have authored a research. Bus.
Okay. All right. Any particular reason
About
why you didn't participate in extracurricular?
So to be honest, when I was in my first year, my annual college fest Soch was conducted, but subsequent years, due to mismanagement and some other reasons, the fest got cancelled entirely. So,
but MCC has a lot of avenues for extracurricular activities.
No, sir, but means are you talking about any fest or like?
No, I'm saying in general. There are many activities that happen on campus. So why weren't you part of any of these?
Because, sir, like I was a part, and I want to focus more on my studies. So I thought that it would adversely impact my studies, so I didn't participate.
So in the school campus,
Yes,
a lot of things go on
yes,
every single day.
yes,
Right? Then a lot of extracurricular activities, curricular activities,
yes.
so many different things are going on. Now, you mentioned you did not participate in extracurricular activities because it would adversely affect your studies. So how do we trust that you'll be able to cope up with all those activities taking place on campus?
Because during my graduation, it was my learning ability, and now I'm fully aware that I have to actively participate in case-based learning, live projects, peer interactions, or any events, because it will help me, eventually help me for my personal growth, because it will develop communication skills, people management, etc. So I'm aware that while if you go to an MBA college, you have to participate in it.
No, but my question is, how do we trust that you will be able to cope up with that?
So I don't have any answer as of such.
Sure, no problem. What are your hobbies?
I have a keen interest in doing some NGO works. Like I am a member of a Charlie Sports Club, which is an NGO, which organizes cleanliness drives, plantation trees, etc., and also helps the needy people by donating foods, clothes, etc., etc.
Okay. So NGO and volunteering is basically your interest area.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any other hobbies? What do you do in your free time?
I usually play cricket with my friends, and cycling is my hobby.
Okay. All right. Okay. You mentioned Excel on your profile.
Yes.
So now with advent of AI, a lot of analysis has become very easy. Even in Google Sheets, there is a prompt that just analyze the data. So do you think Excel skills are very useful?
Yes, I think Excel skills are useful because in certain limit, I think AI won't be that impactful because AI can sometimes make errors while calculating the numbers, exact figures, and what type of like
Are
this
you
I
sure?
want.
Are you sure AI makes errors
Yes,
in terms of calculation?
no, I'm not saying in terms of calculation, but what are my needs? Like if I want only the top 10, I have to apply the correct prompt to AI. If I don't apply, it will lead to an error.
But assuming you are somebody who can do that in Excel,
Yes.
let's say getting top 10 values from a array,
Yes.
I'm sure you will have enough knowledge to give that prompt to AI also. So do you think knowledge of Excel is really required to survive in the future?
Yes, sir. Matlab, like, I think.
Okay. What's the difference between VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP?
VLOOKUP is basically to search the value from a particular row, and HLOOKUP is basically to search a value from a column.
Okay. Okay. Don't you think AI will be able to do that?
Yes, I think.
Okay. All right. You mentioned playing cricket as a hobby.
Yes.
Okay. Who's your favorite cricket player?
Rohit Sharma, sir.
Okay. Why Rohit Sharma?
Because I like his captaincy, the ability to handle his team players, also this strategy which he implied in the critical matches, like you have seen the T20 World Cup, and etc. And also he performs well in the critical matches, etc.
Okay. What do you think is your area of improvement?
I think I need to work on my technical skills, gain practical exposure, how the business functions, what are the skills that are required in the industries. Also, to know more about an AI, how does it work? That's all.
Do you use AI?
I use AI to some extent, if I want some information, or else if I want to know some more about it, so I use AI.
Okay. Girish, anything?
So, what is your favorite book?
I have read Atomic Habits of James Clear, Psychology of Money, also Attitude is Everything. That's all.
So, why do you like Psychology of Money?
Because I think this book is based on how your mind functions. Means like how your mind reacts to. If you have a negative attitude towards something, it will not result in anything. To be a positive, your attitude, your psychology, your what are your mental scenarios plays a major role in executing a task or a project.
Okay. I think we're done. So thank you.
Okay, Harsh, your interview is over. Let's give you the feedback. So, how do you think it went?
I think I need to work more on my interview. I have to gain some additional knowledge on AI. Also to get and also have to build do some certification courses so that I can build on my CV.
See, you need to work on a lot of different ideas. Okay? Now, first of all, when we ask a question on introduction, now that was a very good opportunity for you to portray yourself in good light and give enough hooks to the interviewer so that the interview can go in that direction.
Okay.
Which, in a way, you capitalize a little bit on that. For example, you mentioned about this research paper that you did and also internship in 𝐲𝐨𝐻. But later on, you started going downhill.
Okay.
Now, young people can take more risk, and people who are approaching the retirement are more risk averse. So that's a very common knowledge. Right? So I'm not saying that, see, if you did that research paper as a part of your assignment in college or something, then obviously it will not have depth that you can see in some international journal. That is for sure. Right? But still, now because you have written about that or because you mentioned it, we got paid. And that is why, because we are interested in that field, we explored that in more area, or we probe that aspect more. Right? Now, when he asked the question, see, 30 years old earning 1 lakh rupees per month, that doesn't tell anything unless and until you know what other commitments that person has.
Okay.
If I'm already paying some 50,000 rupees EMI for my home loan, right? I might earn 10 lakh rupees per month. That doesn't tell me anything when it comes to investment analysis and portfolio management. That's it. So that is the first question you should be asking.
Okay.
That what is the amount that you can invest after taking care of all your other commitments. Okay. And then know about these terminologies, fund of funds, and then mutual fund, large cap fund, mid cap fund, small cap. Who should be investing in that? What are the characteristics?
Yes.
Right? And then you mentioned key quite a few times. Key, matlab.
So, Hindi.
Yes.
It's not a good idea
Okay.
to talk about that in the interview. And then small cap funds are subject to market risk.
Yes.
All funds are subject to market risk.
Yes, true.
Then you mentioned companies that contribute, in a way you hinted, that companies that contribute more to social cause. People are more willing to invest in that. So, have you come across any data or anything that backs up this thesis, hypothesis?
Means?
So, on what basis you say?
So, because I know that Tata, while the 26/11 attack has taken place, Tata was the only person who contributed towards the family, whereas the Ahmedabad plane crash happened. Tata was the one who came forward and helped, and there are many other.
Which is okay. So, let's say, will you invest in, say, Tata Chemicals? Because the Tata Group does a lot of CSR.
No. I'll solely not rely on this information. I'll analyze.
So what 𝐷𝐸𝐻 is trying to say is basically don't pick one element or one aspect of the whole equation and then try to generalize. Correct.
See, if I am planning for my retirement corpus, and just because Tata helped in 26/11,
Yes.
is not going to give me money.
Yes.
For my retirement corpus. Right?
Okay.
So your answers need to be more in depth when it comes to topics. Then I ask you the question: why not CFP and why MBA?
No.
So CFP is that portfolio related to portfolio management. People who advise.
I wasn't aware about CFP.
And you answer CFA. Right? I'm not interested in CFA.
Yes.
Now, well, you may not want to go, of course, in a way, you want to go for finance.
Yes.
And if you want to go for finance, then I'm not interested in CFA, fine. You may not want to go for that certification.
Yes.
But you can't say I'm not interested in CFA as such. Doesn't mean you should definitely pursue the certification, but the point I'm trying to drive at is the syllabus of CFA and the syllabus of MBA.
Okay.
They go kind of hand in hand.
Okay.
They're somewhat similar. Right? Then finance is a critical function. Agreed.
Yes.
But so is every functionality of business is critical. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there.
Yes, I totally agree with your point. Like every aspect is critical.
Then, because I've done internship in 𝐲𝐸, first of all, know the business model of 𝐲𝐸. What is it that they do? How they get, where they get revenues from, different activities. And then when it comes to your internship, what is it that you exactly did? Okay. So your answers need to be more crisp. Okay. So it should not happen that when you ask the question, what was your role in that internship?
Okay.
And you give, some 5-6 different pointers.
Okay.
So if you talk about a lot of different things, then one misinterpretation can be, during the school days, in the oral exams.
Yes.
If we did not know the specific answer,
Yes.
then mention everything you know about. कुछ तो होगा उसमें से. So that's not a good idea to be in the B school interview.
Okay.
Then you mentioned because of mismanagement, your college fest was closed.
Yes.
In a way, you're criticizing your college.
So, but that's the reality.
See, the point again that what Girish is trying to say, right, is let's say your college festival got shut because of whatever reasons. There will be 100 other colleges where there will be activities.
Yes.
You can participate in those activities, right?
Okay.
The point is not that. So, understand what Girish is trying to say. He's trying to say that you should not play on that front. That, okay, the college festival got closed, so I could not do anything. Right?
Okay.
Then you're criticizing the college.
Okay.
It's like external locus of control.
And even if it was closed because of mismanagement, may not be a good idea to say that to one in the interview.
Yes.
For some reason, it got closed. I don't know.
Yes.
Or something which is beyond my comprehension, it closed down. Something on that chart. But don't criticize your college.
Yes.
So once you graduate from, say, IIM Udaipur, will you criticize IIM Udaipur later? Then what are the areas of your improvement? So you mentioned I need to know how businesses function. I need to know about AM.
Yes.
See, these are not your areas of improvement. If you are sitting in a B school interview, that means you are keen on knowing how the businesses function.
Yes.
At the moment, you don't know that. Fine. That is not the area where you're improving. So area where improvement is something, so it's like, that you need to be in, say, point A. Currently, you are in point B. And the point A is where you should be. And you know that point B is better in some aspect. You are still stuck at point B. You know you should be in point A. So what prevents you from going from point B to point A?
Okay.
So that is, in a way, your weakness, and you want to work on that. And then the last point, the psychology of money. It's a beautiful book.
Yes.
Always suggest anyone who talks about it is that read it 50 times. It tells you about how psychology plays a role in your developing a good portfolio. Overall money matters.
Yes.
And you went all over the place, and then negative. If you have negative attitude, then nothing will happen. That's not the message of psychology of money.
No, so it was a part of which I've read in it, like your psychology plays somewhat.
Psychology plays a role in money or handling money. That is one aspect. That's the whole message of the book.
Okay.
But you mentioned if you have negative attitude, then nothing will happen. So that falls in the arena of self-help books, not psychology of money. So don't mix the two.
Okay.
Okay. So, see, Harsh, you're a decent candidate, right? 10-12 graduation is pretty good, above average for sure. What happened in today's interview is that you're not prepared for the interview.
Yes.
Right? Let's accept that first and then work our way towards the next thing. See, when somebody says, okay, tell me something about yourself, you want to highlight things that you have done. And you said, okay, fine, I've done project. And the answer was very short, which led us to believe that you don't have a lot of things to talk about. Correct? So if you like playing cricket, you can mention it in the introduction also, so that the introduction feels complete. Today what happened was the introduction was very short. So you said research paper. The moment you said that, I asked you about research paper.
Yes.
Correct. Whatever you will say in the introduction, mostly you will be questioned on it.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, fine. Then that whole risk appetite thing. Young people, more risk. Elderly, less risk. Which is, as he said, right? It's known fact. That is how things work. There's nothing much to research. But you could have said, what was your research object? That I was supposed to look at the risk-taking appetite of individuals who invest in stock markets, for example. And I surveyed, say, 570 people between the age group of 20 to 75. Then I categorized them in different buckets. And these were the findings. So you have to explain it to us, correct? If you have written the research paper, you are the best person to talk about it.
Yes.
As you said, it may not have the quality of an international publication. But what did you do? Then you said gender, income, risk-taking ability. But what exactly? Correct? What are the findings? So maybe you found that because you have mentioned gender as a variable, that maybe you found that, okay, males between this age group are more risk averse compared to females in this age group. Correct? Then a lot of questions, 30-year-old, he has already discussed it, so I won't get into it. But you have to basically know a lot about the person before you start recommending, right? You said large cap, but may not be for everybody.
Yes.
Right? Then profit, again, I don't think anybody who is looking at, let's say, investing in a company, right, is the first thing that comes to their mind is, okay, how much CSR or societal contribution they have. That's not going to happen. Then why MBA? Why not CFP? I think CFP mentioned you completely missed because you don't know about CFP,
Yes.
what it is. So research different career options, right? Then I asked you about your internship, correct? Here, everything that you have written on your profile is related to accounting.
Yes.
And then you said, talking about website and all of that, which is sales.
But it was like a part. I don't call that a person every other person. Yeah.
So what you need to do is the responsibilities that you have written here, right, which is the application form that I have, should match with what you are saying.
Okay.
Here, there's no mention of that you did that. So what are the three things that you do? If you were to explain my internship in 3 sentences, what are the 3 things that you will say? Correct? So just plan that answer better. I think for most of the questions you have answers,
Yes.
but they are not planned answers. That is why you go all over the place and you don't come to the point. Then I asked you about extracurriculars. You said college festival band ho gaya to. So again, as Girish mentioned, that is external locus of control, saying there were things outside my control, so I could not do anything.
Yes.
But you have MCC, there's 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐭, 𝐾𝐫𝐿, there are other colleges, right? There are colleges in Mumbai. You could have gone to other colleges and participated in extracurricular activities. Okay. So you have to, and then you said, okay, fine, I wanted to focus on study. Your CGPA is fantastic. 9.8, right? Almost. So it shows you that you have had one area of focus. It is completely fine to say that I wanted to concentrate on my academics, and that is why I didn't want any sort of this thing and decided not to participate consciously in extracurricular activities.
So we can say that
You can absolutely say that. There are a lot of people who have one thing that they completely want to be great at, so they just focus on it. That's okay. You can't expect somebody to excel at 3 sports. They will choose one sport and be good at it, right? So it's okay to say that, but don't pass the blame on to some other thing, right? We have no college festival.
as you mentioned, ki, like you can say ki I have solely, but after that,
Whatever you say will be counted.
Countered me like
Whatever you say can be counted.
yes.
Your best intentions in the world can be
I
counted.
say that the panelists can counter me like
Absolutely, they can counter. So you have to be ready for that. That's the whole point. So you can always say that if I have not done extracurriculars in the traditional sense, right, which is getting some award or whatever, I have done sports. I have done NGO work. That is also extracurriculars, which you didn't play on. Then I had to probe you. Tell me about your hobbies. Then you're like, okay, NGO work. What is NGO work? Either you're a volunteer or you're involved in something.
Yes.
You can't say NGO work. You have to be specific that I work with an NGO which is working towards the welfare of animals, for example. That is the initial thing. That this is what I do. Then XYZ. I have participated in 3 drives. I have done XYZ. That is explanation. So give the punchline first and then explain. I play cricket, right? have you prepared for, say, 10 questions that you could be asked if you mention cricket?
No, sir.
So you have to prepare.
Yes.
Rohit Sharma, why Rohit Sharma? Now that question can go in whatever direction. Do you think Rohit Sharma is the greatest batsman of all time? Comparison between Rohit Sharma and Sachin Tendulkar. Compare between Rohit Sharma and whatever, Virat Kohli. Anything can happen. You don't control questions. You control what you will say. So have a control on that. Then Excel. See, you have done Excel doesn't mean that you should justify Excel. So you have to say that Excel skills are good skills to have, right? They help you to build logical, rational thinking skills. That, okay, I want to extract data from one place to another place and how you will proceed. AI will just make that faster. So AI is not replacing your logical ability, which you have developed using Excel, right? So handle everything with care. He asked you, what's your favorite book? And you said, I have read Atomic Habits, Psychology of Money, and Attitude something. Then it appears as if you have read only these 3 books. His question was, what is your favorite book?
Okay.
Pay attention to the question. And you should have picked one book. Or you should have given a starting point. That I am somebody who reads these kind of books.
Yes.
Out of these, this is the book that I think is my favorite book. Your answers are missing structures at this point of time. There's no structure to any of the answers. It's like you get a ball, you're hitting it. But there's no strategy as to how you will score, let's say, a 50 or a 100. Correct?
Yes.
And that will not help. So, you are a good candidate, but your answers are missing the depth and the structure that is required. Okay? And you can build it. It's a skill. And if you have 2-3 weeks before you appear for your next interview, you appear for more mock interviews,
Yes.
right? And you will learn how to structure an answer.
Yes.
So it's like storytelling.
So as this was my first interview,
I understood. We understood that. Right? And for a first interview, this is a decent performance. Let me tell you that also. It's not bad. But you can do far better than this. Yeah, you can do far, far better than what you did today. Okay? So don't think that I don't have enough. What you have to show that is a lot, which you didn't do today. Okay? For how many years have you been playing cricket?
So like 8 to 10 years.
So it's significant part of your life, right? Did that come out anywhere in the interview properly? No. So it is on that responsibility is your responsibility. You would have spoken about it in the introduction. Have you played at a decent level?
No.
Gully cricket.
Gully.
But gully cricket is also gully cricket. Right? I mean, 10 years of playing cricket is still fine. Make it an achievement.
Okay, sir.
See, if I say I did a certificate program, that is one way to say it. But if I say that I did a certificate program wherein I scored so much, which puts me in the top 5%, that just changes the equation. So whatever you have done, make it into an achievement. Okay. That's done, I think. Yeah.
And then considering your background 9.78 CGPA, right? So why not CA, why MBA? This question might come.
Yes.
So what's your answer to that?
Sir, like CA is a subject to like
He's not prepared for that. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. But prepare for all of these. See, just take your CV, sit with it and start asking yourself questions. That, okay, if I've written internship at 𝐻𝐿, what 10-15 questions will I be asked?
Okay.
And then write down those answers.
Yes.
If you write down actual answers, then it will help you in your actual interview.
Yes.
And it is not depth instrument, it's depth instrument. Spelling is DEBT,
Yes.
but it's pronounced depth, not depth.
So that communication bit is a very small part of the whole equation. See, you said ki, matlab, bas. These are the 3 Hindi words that I picked that you used in your conversation. But that's like about 4-5% of the whole thing. See, if you have great interview, but you have used these vernacular terms, you will convert. That's not a problem. But your interview is not great and you're using these words, then it gets noticed further. So just be careful of that. Appear for more mock interviews. It will get straightened out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All the best. Hope this has helped you.
All right.
Thanks, sir.